Hello all, welcome to MH-CET Law. So today's video will be something important for you all. So since MH-CET exam, the 3-year LLB exam for through MH-CET for Maharashtra colleges is already, the dates are announced and the exam is around the corner. So this video will be there to help you out in strategizing your preparation. So if you are preparing for the examination and you don't know how to structure, what all things to read, then this video is the right thing for you to watch as of now. So I will be here helping you out to prepare properly for this examination. We have just a month or two left for this examination, right? So how we can prepare properly, what all things we need to focus upon, this video will be about that. So make sure that you watch this video till the end, right? So let's get started with the video, right? And first, the basic information about the exam before we appear or before we prepare for any examination. First and the most important thing is knowing the basic pattern of the examination and then preparing for that examination. If it is a theory paper, we will prepare according to the theory. If it is an MCQ paper, we will prepare according to the MCQ, right? So when we talk about the mode of examination, so this exam happens in online mode through a computer. So you will be in your admit card, you will be allotted a center. You have to visit that center. There a PC will be allocated to you with your details, and you have to appear for the exam on screen on that PC, right? Next is the exam date. So the exam will happen on 20th and 21st of March. So this is the tentative date. More or less it is confirmed only because there's no clash with any other examinations as of now. So there are very less chance of this exam getting postponed, right? So 20th and 21st of March is the date. The exam will happen in two shifts, morning, evening for one day and then morning, evening for the another day, right? The exam pattern and total number of questions. So they ask 150 questions and it is MCQ type, multiple choice questions. So a question followed by 4 options and you have to pick the correct option. That is the exam pattern, right? And these are the subjects from which the questions will be asked. So legal aptitude and legal reasoning, 30 questions. Now, as we proceed further with the video, I will be helping you out in preparing for the subject specifically. So make sure that you watch this video till the end, because in few minutes I'll be coming to that. Right now I'm just giving you a brief information about the number of questions and the subjects that are there, right? General affairs and general knowledge and current affairs. So this will be your general awareness, your GK part, right? 40 questions from it. Logical reasoning, 30 questions from this, and verbal reasoning, 50 questions from this. So to solve this 150 question, you will be given 120 minutes timing, right? There will be a timer on your PC that will be that will go on, that will run along as you appear for the examination. Negative marking, let's say if you end up marking a wrong answer or you end up leaving a particular answer, so for this examination there is no negative marking. So make sure that you follow one advice of mine, that in this examination, even if you don't know the answer to a particular question, that you are marking the answers, because there is no negative marking, right? And if we talk about the correct answers, so you will get 1 marks allocated for the correct answers that are there. So for every correct answer that you opt for, 1 mark will be allocated. Now let's move ahead to subject wise preparation for this examination, right? So first subject is legal reasoning and legal aptitude. So here they will test two things: the application, the comprehension of legal concepts, and the knowledge that you have. So let's say questions like who appoints prime minister, who appoints president, total strength of Lok Sabha, total strength of Rajya Sabha. These are the legal aptitude questions. And the reasoning questions will be like a principle will be given to you, and then on the basis of that a hypothetical situation will be given to you. So you have to understand that principle and apply it in the question. So ideally the questions comes from these topics. So law of torts, law of contract, criminal law, constitutional law, family law, property law, and certain legal current affairs. So legal affairs that is going on, the appointments and everything that have happened. To give you an example, the appointment of recent Chief Justice of India, right? So Justice Sanjeev Khanna is the 51st Chief Justice of India. So accordingly the questions will be asked to you. So this is the basic syllabus that is covered for legal reasoning. If you want to understand the paper pattern, in the playlist you will find a video where I have analyzed the previous year paper, this year 24 paper I have also analyzed. So make sure that you watch that video as well. So you will get some insight about the type of questions that were asked in 24 paper, as well as I have also analyzed the 22 and 2023 paper, right? So make sure that you watch these videos from our playlist so that you get an insight about the type of questions that are asked, the type of questions that is asked in these examinations from the different subjects, right? So when we talk about how to prepare or what type of questions are asked from this section is that, first of all, it is principal fact, as I mentioned, assertion reasoning. So again, this will require your knowledge that there are two wings of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. This is an assertion. Then because we follow bicameralism, maybe this can be the reasoning. So accordingly, you have to see whether the reasoning is explaining the correct, the statement that is made, the assertion that is made is correctly explained by the reasoning or not, whether the assertion is true, whether the reasoning is true. So this will require some prior knowledge. You are not supposed to memorize the sections, you are not supposed to memorize anything. Few things that you have to focus upon is your fundamental rights. So the questions are generally asked in depth around the fundamental rights. Like last year we have which of the following rights are available to a person, right? So now you need to know that, okay, these fundamental rights are available to person, but these are available to citizens. So that will come in handy, that information will come in handy. So when it comes to constitution, for this examination in legal subject, constitution is one subject that you should give more emphasis to, that you should give more focus upon. How to prepare? So let's say if you're preparing on your own, you can solve the previous year papers. Apart from it, you can read the basic legal concept, because this is very important. The legal terms, legal jargons, legal terminologies, this is very important. Focus on words. So whatever is written, generally we are of the habit of skimming through the sentence and framing the words, right? Or maybe framing the meaning of it. But when we talk about the legal reasoning section, every word becomes important. Every word, the meaning of every word becomes important. So make sure that you're following your word, because generally if you look at the paper level, right, it's not very difficult. The trick is generally around understanding the terms and applying that, right? And the books that you can refer for this examination can be Willy or Universal Book for 3-year LLB examination, for MH-CET examination. So that is it with respect to the legal reasoning and legal aptitude section. And with respect to fundamental fact-based question, these are the type of questions. Let's say I asked you who appoints the Prime Minister of India. So you have to select the right answer. So this is one line questions, right? So these are the questions that are asked. So this is with respect to legal reasoning and legal aptitude section. If you have any doubts, make sure that you ask in the comment box, right? Chalo, moving ahead then. So when we talk about static GK and current affairs, this becomes important for you. What all questions will be asked from static GK? What all questions will be asked in the current affairs section? So general awareness section. So generally you see questions from history, Mughal era, modern history. Then you see questions from geography, state, capital, dance form, culture. These kind of details are asked to you. Civics, polity, again as I have mentioned, constitution becomes important for you. Appointments, fundamental rights, all these things are important. Science, technology, inventions, devices, economy related news. Miscellaneous will cover a lot of things like the international headquarters, organizations famous for sports, UNESCO heritage site. All these things are important for this examination. I will tell you one thing, that in the previous year paper analysis, I have also analyzed the type of GK questions that are asked. So you can cross reference those videos to get an understanding of what kind of questions were asked in GK section, GK portion. So this will give you some idea about which topics to focus upon. As I have also mentioned here some of the topics that have been asked repeatedly in the examination. So make sure that you focus on these topics first, right? When we talk about the current affairs, the recent appointments, UNESCO heritage sites, and lastly the events, the news event with respect to for past 1 year, that is from March 24 till March 25, it will become very important for this examination. So make sure that you go through the appointments, heritage site, headquarters, their heads, international organization, BRICS summit, all these things becomes important for you for this, from this exam's viewpoint, right? How you can prepare for this? So for static part, you can use Universal's book, Lucent books, or you can also refer to the previous year paper, because static is same, it will remain constant. The questions, the probability of questions getting repeated is very slight, it's not too much, but again you will get some idea that these are the type of questions that I have to refer, these are the type of questions, this is the topic that I have to complete, right? For current affairs, you can read the news, the newspaper, that is the Hindu or the Indian Express, or one maybe, let's say if you don't want to read newspaper, because again reading newspaper for past 1 year if we are preparing now will be too much for us, so maybe you can rely on the monthly roundup. So you will see a lot of roundups coming in our channel. Also we have monthly roundups for all the important current affairs that have happened in the entire month, so you can follow these roundups to get certain important crux, certain important benefits, or maybe certain important news for the month. Maybe you can take down your notes, because if you're watching the video, then taking down the notes will help you out so that you can revise it before you go for the exam. Or let's say if you get a hard copy of the roundup, so that will be helpful for you, you can mark in that and you can start reading it from the roundups, right? So this is how you prepare for the GK part. Next, let's move ahead to the logical reasoning section. So logical reasoning section will contain questions from the following topics, like it basically contains analytical reasoning questions like clocks, calendars, blood relation. Last year there were a lot of questions from analogy, so this is again important. Coding, decoding, odd words, puzzle you will get, syllogisms, conclusion. So these are the basic topics from which you will get questions in your analytical part. In your solving part, you will get a rough sheet there to solve these questions. So don't worry about that, because I see students asking a lot of questions, ma'am, since it is an online examination, will we get a rough sheet? Yes. So whenever there is an examination, you always get a rough sheet, right? How to prepare for this examination? So first, you can rely on the previous year paper. For any examination, I will suggest that before you start with the preparation, solve one previous year paper, so that you get an idea that these are the type of questions that are asked. So previous year paper can be your one source to understand the type of questions, and you can practice the questions from the books like MK Pandey or RS Agarwal for the logical reasoning section. So this can help you out in brushing up your basic concepts, right, for the examination. The last one here is verbal reasoning. So you will get a lot of questions from vocabulary, items, one word, grammar, foreign phrases. Last year grammar related questions were there, synonyms, antonyms, proficiency, spelling errors or spot the errors. These type of questions were also there in last year paper, right? Sentence rearrangement and reading comprehension. One or two reading comprehension will also be there. The level of difficulty will be moderate, not too difficult. So again, you have to manage that level of the reading speed online while you are looking at the answers in reading comprehension. How to prepare? So reading comprehension, you can build in this habit of reading at least one essay on a daily basis through Aeon essays, very good source of essays. You can practice vocabulary from Word Power Made Easy. Grammar, for grammar you can refer Oxford Junior English Grammar, and for practice you can refer SP Bakshi and previous year paper. So this is about preparation for the examination, how you can prepare, how you can subject by subject you can target the examination. And one of the most important thing that I would like to suggest here is that make sure that once you have started with the preparation, you are solving previous year paper and you are solving the mocks before you appear for the examination, because mock test will help you analyze whether you have that that speed that is required for solving the paper. You have to solve 150 questions in 120 minutes. So the speed that is required, that you will understand, that the performance you will be able to understand when you will be appearing for mock test. So before you appear for the examination, make sure that you are solving the mock test as well. Last but not the least, so many students will ask me after this that ma'am, in MH-CET there are no quantitative aptitude section. I agree that there is no quantitative aptitude section per se, but when you see the past papers, the 24 papers, so there we have seen one or two questions, not more than that, and very easy question, one or two questions that come from different concepts of maths. So we have seen questions from ratios, percentages. So what I will recommend to be on a safer side, because maths you can score, but I understand that for some of us it is also a pain point for us, but then again it's a very simple, very basic question that you can easily solve with very basic knowledge also, right? So these are the some of the topics like ratios, percentages, averages, profit loss, simple interest, compound interest. Make sure that you are brushing up, slightly brushing up on the basics through your NCERT books or maybe the previous year papers. You can refer and try to solve that, some of the basic concepts only. So that is only required for the examination. That is the last thing that is required for the examination, and this is through which you will be able to prepare well. Just the final push. So they don't ask a lot of questions. Even when you look at the syllabus, it's not mentioned that the quantitative reasoning questions will be asked, but it's always better to be on the safer side considering the previous trends, considering the previous year papers, because we have seen that the questions were there from quantitative aptitude. So I suggest that make sure that you are watching or maybe you are solving at least the basics, at least the principles. So even if one or two questions comes from quantitative aptitude, you are able to tackle that question. So that is all with respect to the examination. That is all with respect to how you can prepare for it. If you have any doubt, if you need any help with respect to the preparation, make sure that you drop in a message in the comment box. I will be happy to help you out there. I'll be happy to guide you through your preparation. And if you like the video, if you found the video helpful, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you all with more such helpful content in the next video. Do let me know in the comment box if you have any, if you want me to make videos on any specific topics that you are facing difficulty with in the chat, in the comment box. I'll be happy to help you out. See you all in the next video. Thank you so much.